Hello everyone, it's Charlotte here. Welcome to my home. Okay, we are at the cover. So I am going to try to explain what it is that I'm going to do because I'm taking this to the machine. And so I decided that when you opened up the inside to have a piece of fabric, just a pretty piece of fabric, and I thought that this would look really good. So I layered it with the right side down, and then I took a piece of lace and layered that on top of that, and then I had this piece and all this piece of crochet work. Even though it didn't go all the way to the end, I think it looks really pretty. This is going to be the back, and I think it's going to be good. So I think the most important thing to say is that you have to take into consideration, don't measure your book without all your pages inside, because the thicker this is, obviously the more it's going to take to wrap around. Now I have done these where it comes short and you can see the journal. I've done them when it comes out from the journal itself. That it's just all a matter of preference. The way that this is going to look is, I started first with this fabric piece to get my dimensions. And I cut my fabric so that it would go really end to end like this. And then this crochet work came out and extended on the front and the back. The lace extended from my fabric. This, just a little bit, this piece of lace here. And so when you open this up, this is what you're going to see. Now, I went ahead then, because you've got to have ties. You have to have some way. This journal is not going to sit when you have all your ephemera in it without just being this huge alligator mouth. So you have to have some kind of tie, whether you add the tie last so that you have to take the tie off, whether you just attach the tie to the spine. That's strictly up to you. I decided I wanted my tie to be sewn onto the cover itself. And so my tie, I went ahead and I pulled this piece of fabric, this piece of lace, so I could put my ribbon through it. And this is then going to be my tie. Now, I don't think you're going to see this ribbon because I found a piece of this trim, and I did pick this trim up a long time ago at Hobby Lobby, but I think it's one that they always carry. And I'm thinking afterwards of putting this over the ribbon, and I would glue this down. It's not going to be sewn because I don't want to put any stitches through the flowers, although I could go and hand stitch in between each one of these, but then I feel like I still would need to glue the flowers down. So if I use this, I will glue all the flowers down. When I go to take this to the machine, you can see I've got all these pins in here. When I go to take this to the machine, it's going to go like this, and I'm just going to stitch around the outer edges of this fabric, and then it will look like this. So you've got to find your center. And sometimes I iron it just to get a good crease. So this is what, as is, my cover would look like. Now, if I add these flowers, it's going to look like this. And then when I get done with this, maybe I want to add a couple buttons, Maybe I just want to leave it. I could add a charm. I mean, it's really pretty, just like this. It's very basic, but it is really, really pretty. So I might let it go like that. I'm not sure. But you can layer one piece of lace, just a piece of linen, if you have a beautiful piece of linen, or you could layer your laces, layer your fabrics, however you want to do it. I know that some of you do really intricate work, and I know your covers are just going to show that. So this is the basic, the basis of my cover, and then if I want to do anything more on here, I will when this is sewn. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to take this, and like I said, I'm going to stitch around all the outer edges, and then I am going to have to pin this all down so that it's straight, and then I'm going to stitch right above the ribbon and right below the ribbon so this doesn't go anywhere. And then I am going to stitch this with my book. So when you find your center, when you get your cover all ready and you find your center, you're going to get your pages laid out the way that you want them. And that would be your height. That would be, do you want to stagger these pages? Because you definitely could stagger these pages so that they are like this. That lessens your bulk if you do that. And that's probably, maybe I'll do that. Sometimes I've done that before, and sometimes I just keep them all in the center. So you're going to have to do what feels good to you. And then you're going to somehow take clips and clamp this down. This is going to be just like you were making any other journal. Then you're going to take your awl. What I usually do before I do anything with my cover, I will get my pages the way that I want them, take my awl. This will be the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And I will make my holes, and then I will have a crease in this from the iron, or pin it, or put stitches. Somehow find your middle of your cover, and then take your thread through your first hole and then into your cover. And that's really all I do. You're going to put your center on, and then you're going to make your stitches, and then you're going to sew this together. I hope it's not confusing. I just don't know any other way to explain it. This is how I do it. And then once you get your cover on, you can start to decorate your cover if you want to add anything else to it, and then fill your journal up. Now, the one I made for, I did do a video on this. This is a custom order. She's just waiting on another journal that's a custom order. But this is the one where if we open it up, I don't know, can you see where I did my 3? I tried to do it under here so you couldn't see it, but I did the 3-hole pamphlet stitch on this one. And then if you pull the cover back, I just added, here is a piece of linen, a layer of lace, and I layered Battenberg, and I layered, this is a piece of lace, and then I stitched all that, and then I added buttons, and I added lace to the inside just to break up all this white. And then here's my journal, and you can see by this how really, really fat. I can't close it beyond that. And so that's why you want to make sure that you measure your cover with all the insides in, because measuring it just with your largest envelope is not going to do it. Because it's fat, it's just going to take more length. So I am going to stitch this off camera. I am going to stitch my cover on off camera, because trying to do it on camera, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on camera because of twisting and turning, and I just don't think you would be able to see what I'm doing anyway. And so it's just better off if I just tried to explain it this way. So just layer your laces, layer your fabric, whatever it is, your linens, whatever it is that you have that you want to do. And yeah, it's gonna be great, guys. You can't, there are no mistakes. You will be happy with whatever you do. And then if you think your cover's too plain, just pull out bits and pieces, add a snippet, add more lace to it. Just get it to where you like it. But you don't have to have fabric. You don't have to take it to the machine, but you have to find a way to attach it all. So it's either going to be by hand or with a machine, one way or another. If you don't stitch by hand, if you don't have a machine, you might want to find just one layer of something really pretty that you like and use that to wrap around your journal. You can always decorate the outside with little bits and pieces of lace, buttons, gems, ribbons, anything that you can think of. There is no right or wrong. So let me know what you think. Hopefully this, you can understand it and you can visualize it. And just have fun, guys. In the next video, I will show you the journal completely finished, stocked with ephemera and ready to go. So take care, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.